We are the Retro Shed. I'm Josh, and
I'm Barry.
And before we start, you may tell my voice is a little bit messed up. Because I got a retainer in not that long ago, so I find it hard to say my S's. So.
Okay. Well, you're not the only kid of your age to actually be fitted with one, so...
I can't take it out to speak normally, otherwise Mummy will screw at me.
Screw at you? Don't you mean scream at you?
Both. So, let's start the show.
Like she did last night?
Yeah. Let's start the show.
Let's start the show, actually. So, yes, last week, what were we doing last week? Last week we were at Revival for most of the weekend, actually, and it was a tiring weekend.
Yes.
Considering all we did was play games, it was a tiring weekend.
I didn't actually get a headache. I think I got one because of my brace.
Headache. Yes, you did have a headache because I had to pump you full of drugs, didn't I? So, we had a great time looking at various arcade machines from the 80s and the 90s, and we met some wonderful people, and we spoke to a lot of people, and... it was really good.
It was, yes.
Really enjoyed it.
We also had a blast filming and recording items for Games Animal TV.
Yes.
And you'll be able to catch up with how that all came together in the near future.
Yes.
Meanwhile, if you want to see how we got on, go check a look at last week's video.
Yeah.
But not before you finish watching this one.
Yeah, watch this one first and then go and check out our Revival video because it is really, really good. So, in the realm of computer gaming, there have always been obscure games which are a bit...
unique,
there's genres of games which are quite unique in their own way. So games such as Parappa the Rapper, that was unique. A lot of these games have some kind of tenuous link in some way to music or rhythms. Today we decided to take a look at one of these games, and I saw a copy of this for sale last week at Revival. It was quite expensive actually, and I thought, wow, I have actually got that game and I've not played it for a very long time, and I recall it being a very good game actually.
Now the game he is on about is unique indeed.
Yes.
And is Rez by Sega and United Game Artists.
It's what?
Rez. Stop it. Rez can be described... You know, like my friends at school, they were like, say silly sausages all day. They're trying to make me say... like,
say silly sausages.
Silly sausages. Stop!
Do you want me to read your lines?
No.
You're alright.
Rez can be described as a musical shooter, if there is any such thing, and was released in Japan in 2001 for the Dreamcast and PlayStation 2. I'm getting annoyed now.
Why?
It's annoying me!
Is it?
I can't speak properly!
Do you think you can get through an episode? Should we try?
Yeah.
Okay. I did tell him to take it out, but he said no, because
Mum will be angry.
Mum will have a go at him, so you might have to... I'll tell you what, take it out for the rest of the episode and put it in your pocket. Put it in your pocket. Make sure you put it back in before the end of the episode. Right, so Rez is not your typical game by any means, both in sound and visuals, which are absolutely gorgeous to look at. Now, the game's visuals were actually inspired by a Russian painter called Vasily Kandinsky, and the working title for the game originally was called K Project, after the painter's surname. Now,
the whole concept of the game is simple. You play an on-screen avatar that has entered a computer network and travels along on an on-rails path. You control the position of your avatar on the screen, but you have no control of where you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit like being on a roller coaster and being able to wave your arms around. Also,
yes,
if you've ever played Trials Fusion,
yes,
you control the bike movements.
That's right.
But you don't control the way it steers around the track.
Yeah. Now, while travelling in this network, you must target enemies by placing a reticle over them and holding down the lock button while targeting up to 8 enemies at once. Now, once you release your lock button, you release missiles that home in on each target in turn. Bit like an Apache helicopter, actually. Each time an enemy is destroyed, you will hear a response to the synthesized soundtrack that is playing all the time.
Now, when we were practicing this, I couldn't hear them. I couldn't hear any sounds.
So
maybe my hearing is very good.
Yeah, probably, because I could hear them quite clearly. One conventional feature is retained, however, and that is the boss level. So
they're mad hard to kill.
After 4 areas, you will enter a boss stage. I think it's on the 5th level, and you have to take down
it's
some...
10th, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. You have to take down some very imaginative and beautiful bosses of various designs that normally end up taking the entire screen. Normally, you're not flying at this point. You're kind of like static.
Yeah,
and you're fighting
them.
Yeah, you're hovering around your enemy and taking them out that way.
Now, what is very clever about Rez is that all your actions are locked to the rhythm of the music, like the beat. So when enemies are destroyed and hits take place, this is all in time with the music and enhances the track you're listening to. Things occur exactly at the right time and with the beat of the music.
Yeah.
You don't control this, it's all done automatically.
It is.
All you need to do is target and take down the enemies.
Now, there is a backstory to the game, of course.
There always should be.
There always needs to be a back story.
Yes.
And that is a supercomputer network called Project K. Sounds a bit like a breakfast cereal. It's controlled.
Project K?
Yes. It's controlled by an AI called Eden. Now, Eden gets infected with a virus and makes it question its own existence. It happens a lot. I do that a lot as well. At which point, Eden decides to enter a shutdown sequence, which could lead to catastrophic problems.
Yes. So, basically, Eden was made by Microsoft, and then someone tried to run updates on it.
So you play as a hacker that is trying to get into the system to reboot Eden whilst uninstalling any Windows updates that have managed to plague Eden's network.
Rez began life at United Game Artists. He used to be known as Sega's in-house AM9 division. Its main creator and producer was Tetsuya Mizuguchi, who also happened to be a fan of Tron. So you can see some major influences within the game, like the lasers and stuff. Yeah,
you can. Now, interesting enough, Tetsuya was a huge fan of space shoot-em-ups, which is a good thing in my book, and he was a massive fan of the Bitmap Brothers' Xenon 2, and also went on to work on the Sega Rally arcade cabinet. Now, during a trip to Europe he once did, he witnessed a street parade that featured electronic dance music, and he obviously tripped and had some kind of whoa. He envisaged a game where you could shoot down enemies in time to music. So Rez was actually unveiled at a PlayStation 2 party in 2001, which caused a bit of upset. It was changing times at Sega at this point in time, with Dreamcast selling poorly, and it was announced that Sega was to leave the home console market entirely and shift its focus on developing third-party software and games only. But one of the biggest problems, of course, was the PlayStation 2 completely outsold the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
So as you can probably understand, Sega were not too interested in supporting this game on a rival console.
Now, a special version of Rez was released in Japan, only that featured a USB haptic feedback device called the Trans Vibrator, which was a smooth mouse-sized device that pulsed in time with the music to be held or could be put in your pocket.
I'm really glad that happened to be Josh's line and not mine, because I don't think I could have read that properly with a straight face. Apparently other uses have been found for the Trance Vibrator, but we won't be covering that in any further detail, as the Retro Shed is, of course, a family-safe show.
Why not? What do you mean other uses?
Just drop it, kid.
Should we take this conversation offline?
Let's take this conversation offline.
In 2007, Rez HD was released on Xbox Live Arcade, which featured the high-def widescreen version of the game with better sound. It's been described as 100% the same version as the Dreamcast version. And from that,
what does that mean?
I can only deduce that the PS2 version was less than 100% the same as the Dreamcast version.
Yeah, what does that mean? It means that the PS2 version wasn't exactly the Dreamcast version. So now, I was only saying the other day, how good would a VR version of Rez be? Guess what? There is a Sony PS4 VR version of Rez. It's called Rez Infinite, and it gives you 360 degree visual freedom and the ability to travel in any direction.
That's gonna make me sick.
So we might have to buy a VR headset soon just to give this a try. Actually.
Now, Rez Infinite was also released on Windows in 2017, but we don't want to talk about that.
I don't want to talk about Windows in here. The game received an award from the Agency for Cultural Affairs Media Arts Festival in Japan.
Wow.
And was pretty well received by critics everywhere. Now, the game is not for everyone, that's for sure, but it certainly is worth checking out if you can get a copy cheap enough, and if you like your trance music or dance music and shooting stuff, you're quids in. Edge magazine gave it actually 9 out of 10, which isn't bad, because Edge don't score very highly really, unless it's a cracking game.
Now, in 2009, Edge rated it number 49 in its top 100 best games to play.
Wow.
And said it was astonishing to watch and absorbing to play. Official UK PlayStation magazine has listed it as the best PlayStation VR game.
Wow, which is interesting, because when I was in Game earlier, looking at all their VR stuff, guess what?
What?
It wasn't there at all. So let's see, Josh is going to play. Let's see how Josh got on earlier with playing Rez.
Have target.
Anything that's glowing, I think.
Ah!
Oh, you think you're inside it now?
Is that bad?
I think it looks stunning. I really do. I think it looks beautiful. It's so unusual, isn't it?
Yeah. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes that's why I don't like it.
What? Because it's unusual.
Yeah.
Does that mean you like the samey, the same old stuff?
No, I don't like too weird stuff. It's easy.
Oh, these levels are easy, I think. I think it's on easy difficulty as well, actually. So it looks like you're unlocking barriers of some sort.
It looks like a squid.
Hey?
It's like a squid. I'm back inside of it.
Yeah. So you're not that keen? Not really. What is it that you don't like?
It's nice. It doesn't appeal to me.
No. Okay, is there anything about it you like?
No.
You don't like the visuals?
Oh, the visuals are cool. I like the little character. But
Yeah. Do you like the sound? No?
I can't really hear the music notes or anything.
Well, it is a game that perhaps doesn't appeal to everybody.
Stupid.
He's handed it to me. So really not keen on it at all then, Josh? No. This is the beginning of level 2, I think. No, it perhaps it's a Marmite game.
What does that mean?
You either love it
What does that mean?
or you hate it.
It's fine, they're just silly.
That's fine. So there's your avatar at the bottom, and you're basically hacking this network, aren't you?
Oh yeah, 'cause
And
it
these
looks
are-
like that, doesn't it? It really looks like you're hacking a network. No, to me it just looks like you're flying over a bunch of lines, shooting a bunch of stuff and music playing. It doesn't look like you're hacking anything.
That's what it says on the back of the box. It's flying over a network landscape, shooting a bunch of stuff.
Right. Yeah. You could look at it in that
So
way.
it doesn't work for you at all. No.
You could look at it that way, I guess. But in my mind, there's absolutely no element to suggest that he's hacking something.
Do you not like its uniqueness?
Yeah, it is unique, yeah, but sometimes it's not very good. Wow, it looks like he's flying through a cave.
Doesn't it? I think it's beautifully drawn. And this HD version looks especially nice. See, I like trance music, I like dance music, so I like this music.
It's all a bit silly to me.
It's all a bit silly.
Where's your character gone? Oh, she's an orb.
Oh, it's now, my character is now
White
a
orb.
globe.
Is that bad?
I think so. Yeah, I could sit and play this for ages. But I will spare you pain.
I'm getting bored just watching it.
Alright, should we get back to camera?
Yeah.
Okay. That is how Josh got... What's the matter with your face? What did you think of Rez?
I don't like it. Well, I don't like
Be
it.
objective.
I don't like objective.
Yes.
Okay, what's that mean?
Be fair on it.
It's alright. It didn't grip me at all. To be fair,
You didn't like
it?
it?
Didn't grip me. No, I was just like, shoot this, shoot that. Oh, it's made a noise. It didn't grip me at all.
Okay. So you're entitled to that opinion. Did you like the visuals?
Yeah, alright. Yeah,
Did you
I
like
like the character of his. Yeah.
Do you like the music?
It's just a beat track, isn't it? You could listen to that anywhere.
Do you think it would work in VR?
I think it would.
This is like pulling teeth from a hen, isn't it?
I think it would, yeah.
So you didn't
yeah.
like it?
No.
You didn't like it. So there you have it. Josh didn't like Rez at all, whereas me...
We're not going to talk about you liking it, because we know what you're going to say. It's my favourite game! Like you always
No, it's
do.
not my favourite game.
There's a retro game that's not your favourite game!
It's not that... Is it retro? It's 2001.
What? There's a game that's not your favourite!
I'm going to be fair on it. I think, especially the HD version running on Xbox 360,
What we were playing,
which
yeah.
was the version we were looking at, I think it looks stunning. It's a really, really
Yes.
cool visual. Let me say my bit.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Go on then, old man.
I think Rez is stunning to look at. The visuals are fabulous. It is unique. It's not for everyone. I totally understand where Josh is coming from.
You said earlier...
Can I finish?
No, wait there. You said in a line earlier, if you like dance tracks and shooting stuff, then you'll love it. I like dance music. I like Just Dance. And I like shooting stuff, but I didn't like it, so that's not true. Get your facts right.
I like the game. I think it looks visually stunning. I like the techno kind of like dance track. I like the beats. I just like it. I think it is wonderful to look at. Okay. It's wonderful to play, but it's not for everyone. Now, whether it works in VR or not, I don't know. It will be interesting to see.
Like Dad said yesterday, you have to point at them. But when we watched the trailer, I was like, the reptile was moving very smoothly.
Yeah.
And I thought,
I'll be honest with you, I
can't
don't
be
know.
someone pointing.
Yeah,
It
I'll
has
be
to
honest with
controlled.
you.
You know, what's the name of that headset for PC? What's it called? The black one.
The Oculus.
Oculus Rift, that's it. You know the controllers for that?
Yes.
I think they're going to make something like that for it.
Okay.
You know those PlayStation ones, actually? The ones with the glowing orbs at the top?
Yeah.
They might use those for it.
Okay.
Because we might have to get a set of those as well.
So, thumbs down for Rez.
Yeah.
Thumbs up for Rez from me. So there you go. Right, moving on.
Yes.
Last week, it was great to meet everyone and talk to them, and thank you very much to our new subscribers that have joined us. We've gained quite a few actually
quite a few.
in the past week, so hopefully we can keep you guys entertained long enough to stick with us. No mean feat. But thank you very much for joining us. That is wonderful. And do you know what? I'm really looking forward to whatever
Retro meeting we attend
Yeah,
next.
I really enjoy going to these meets. They're great fun, aren't they, actually? So I'm looking forward. I don't know where we're going next. We'll have to find out
Isn't
where.
that Arcade Club?
Well, we were going to go to Arcade Club. We need to get our heads together about Arcade
Right,
Club,
okay.
because I'd like to go to Arcade Club because I've never been. And also, it was wonderful looking at a working Spectrum Next and playing some of the wonderful games that are coming out soon, such as Dungeonette, Warhawk, Baggers in Space. I particularly like that. I thought that was brilliant. So can't wait for my Spectrum Next. It cannot come soon enough.
Yeah.
End of July, I think Jim Bagley said. So there you go. Thank you very much for joining us again in the shed, taking a look at the wonderful
Bad Res.
Res by Sega, and we'll catch you guys very soon. So please take care, and we'll catch you again. See you later. Bye.
God, that was lucky. Did you see that? The TV screen went off.
I know. I broke my Mac. What's it doing? Oh, there you go.
That was lucky.
I'll tell you something.
We finished the script and it just went off. That was lucky.
I'll tell you something.
What's that?
Mac.
That's put my brace back in now.
Yeah, put your brace back in quick, because your mum will kill me otherwise. Well done.
I hate this thing.
Let me stop and say.
Can that be your outtake?
Yeah.
Can I put my brace back in now?